This is your weekly report on corruption in the Philippine government. Some employees of Barangay Umapud in Mandawi City, who have yet to receive their salaries for the last 5 months, filed a complaint before the Office of the Ombudsman Visayas on Thursday afternoon, the 30th of May. The complainants, Gemma Marta Ortega, Gurley Reyes Gabazon, Leah Gabazon Jimenez, Lima Sachisa Aragon, and Ovina Bachulan Cano, filed cases against Barangay Councilor Libertine Lumapus for alleged violations of Republic Act 3019, citing grave abuse of authority and oppression. At least 80 employees of Barangay Umapud have yet to receive their salaries for the last 5 months, or since January this year. These employees include barangay tannads, clean and green personnel, Lupin members, drivers, and others. Umapud Barangay Captain Reb Cortez said the payroll for these salaries could not be processed because it has yet to be signed by Lumapus, who chairs the Committee on Appropriations. Cortez explained that the barangay is currently operating under a re-enacted budget from 2023 after the proposed budget for 2024 was not approved by the opposition-dominated Barangay Council. He added that according to his inquiry with attorney Giovanni Chionero, the city's budget officer, the honoraria can indeed be disbursed by the barangay under a re-enacted budget. The Department of Interior and Local Government also gave the same opinion. Barangay Councilor Lumapus has yet to respond to CDN Digital's messages and calls for her reaction to the cases filed against her. However, in a previous message sent to CDN Digital, she stated that she did not sign the payroll because of alleged irregularities in the barangay's payroll. Lumapus asserted that her actions as chairman of the Committee on Appropriations are in accordance with the law. Cortez believes that the irregularities Lumapus refers to are the documents she demanded, such as the daily time record, oath of office, and concurrence of appointment by the majority of the Sangguniang Barangay. Cortez noted that most of the workers are job order employees and not elected officials, thus they do not require an oath of office. Furthermore, he believes that concurrence of appointment is only necessary for the barangay treasurer and secretary. Only 2 of the 8 elected barangay councillors are allied with Cortez. He said that they have repeatedly asked Lumapus to sign the payroll, but she refuses. Cortez also admitted that one of the unpaid workers is his ally who lost in the last barangay elections. He claimed that the opposition councillors recommended 48 individuals for employment, but he only hired 20 because there are already existing workers employed. With the cases filed at the Office of the Ombudsman by his employees, Cortez hopes for positive results and that the employees will receive their salary soon. The Philippine Coast Guard has filed criminal and administrative cases against one of its personnel allegedly involved in an extortion attempt on a job applicant. The PCG said the cases were filed against Petty Officer 3rd Class Ibrahim Benota, who allegedly attempted to extort 150,000 pesos from an applicant in exchange for guaranteed acceptance into the service. This occurred amid the ongoing PCG nationwide recruitment cycle for calendar year 2024, it said in a statement Friday. The extortion attempt was first reported on the 19th of May. Benota, who was part of the PCG station Western Toy Toy based in Zamboanga City, was arrested in an entrapment operation 5 days later. He is facing estafa charges and an administrative case. The PCG urged the public to report such illegal activities related to its recruitment. The Highway Patrol Group arrested 2 Metropolitan Manila Development Authority personnel in Parañaque City for publicly and improperly using the insignia police and master rider's badge. Highway Patrol Group Director Colonel Neil Francia said the 2 escorts were assigned to the MMDA's Traffic Aid Unit and allowed to provide security to Senator Francis Tolentino. The HPG official said the 2 MMDA staff were caught illegally using the insignia of the Philippine National Police and master rider's badges printed on stickers attached to their motorcycle's windscreen and saddle box. Francia identified the 2 as Teofilo Labson Padilla, 64, and Jonathan Alames Pacal, 42. Based on the HPG's report, the MMDA escorts were flagged down along JW Diokno Avenue corner Asarana Avenue on Wednesday, the 29th of May, after operatives noticed they were using sirens, which violates Presidential Decree 96 and Joint Administrative Order 2014-01. Motorcycle vehicle operating with unauthorized accessories and devices such as blinkers and siren. Operatives then asked the 2 MMDA personnel regarding police markings on their motorcycles, but Padilla and Pacal refused to divulge any information. Francia said the arrested MMDA escorts are currently placed under the custody of the Regional Highway Patrol Unit National Capital Region Investigation Branch for violating Article 177, usurpation of authority, and Article 179, illegal use of uniform or insignia of the revised penal code. He also said that Padilla and Packel will be brought before the city prosecutor's office for inquest proceedings while the motorcycles are temporarily impounded at the HPG field unit for further investigation and validation. A retired policeman wanted for allegedly raping his stepdaughter was arrested in Barangay Cabag on Friday, the 31st of May. Police Captain Michael Tuburan, head of Police Station 9, said the 78-year-old suspect was served a warrant of arrest for 13 counts of rape and acts of lasciviousness. Tuburan said the Counterintelligence Division Integrity Monitoring Enforcement Group coordinated with them for the service of the arrest warrant. He said the suspect, formerly a senior police officer 3 assigned in Pangasinan, retired from the service in 2002. The warrant with no bail recommended was issued by Regional Trial Court Branch 68 in Lingayen, Pangasinan on the 19th of July, 2006. Tuburan said they are waiting for authorities who will transport the suspect to Pangasinan. A jealous policeman allegedly gunned down his colleague in Barangay Tangub, Bacolod City on Friday, the 31st of May. The victim was identified as Police Staff Sergeant Jotham Arem Tuto, 31, of Sagay City, Negros Occidental, assigned to the Mobile Patrol Unit of the Bacolod City Police Office. The suspect, identified as Police Patrolman Alvin Rios, allegedly shot the victim using his service firearm when he saw him and his former live-in partner inside the bedroom of their house. Police Major Eugene Tolentino, head of Police Station 8, said the victim tried to pacify the suspect, but the suspect still shot him. The victim was rushed to a hospital where he was declared dead. Recovered from the crime scene were a 9mm caliber pistol, 2 fired cartridges, and 4 magazines with live ammunition. The 26-year-old suspect from Antique, and his former live-in partner has a 6-month-old son, according to the police. The suspect, who was assigned to the 1st Mobile Force Company of Iloilo Provincial Police Office, is now under police custody. Tolentino said they are preparing murder charges against the suspect. 2 police officers were relieved from their posts following the escape of 8 detainees from the San Jose del Monte Police Station jail on Sunday. The lead investigator of the case told Inquirer.net on Monday that the 2 policemen are now under the custody of the San Jose del Monte City Police. The 2 were relieved and are now under administrative holding or restrictive custody while the investigation is ongoing. Their ranks are Senior Master Sergeant and Master Sergeant. Master Sergeant Rod Pating said in a short phone interview. Earlier, Pating reported that 8 persons deprived of liberty or PDLs broke out of the facility on Sunday around 3 a.m. He said that based on their initial investigation, the 8 inmates escaped the SJDM jail through a window of a restroom by cutting its grills using a saw. Pating also said 4 fugitives have since been recaptured as they visited their relatives or acquaintances in various San Jose del Monte City areas. He said a pursuit operation was launched to rearrest the other 4 escapees. The Office of the Ombudsman has ordered the suspension of Bamban, Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo and 2 others for up to 6 months in connection with the graft charges filed by the Department of the Interior and Local Government. The DILG alleged that GUO allowed illegal Philippine offshore gaming operators to operate in the municipality. In an order dated the 31st of May, the Ombudsman said it finds sufficient grounds to suspend GUO, Edwin Ocampo, and Aden Sigua, considering that there is strong evidence showing their guilt on the charges of grave misconduct, conduct prejudicial to the best interest of the service, and gross neglect of duty. Ocampo is with the Municipal Business Permits and Licensing Office while Sigua is a municipal legal officer. The suspension was issued as their continued stay in office may prejudice the investigation of the case filed against them. The Ombudsman stated, they are preventively suspended, without pay, during the period of investigation until its termination, but not to exceed 6 months. The order read, the order is immediately executory, notwithstanding any motion, appeal, or petition that may be filed by respondent seeking relief from this order, unless otherwise ordered by this office or by any court of competent jurisdiction. The implementation of this order shall not be interrupted within the period of prescribed. In its complaint, the DILG questioned GUO's divestment of shares in Borfo due to the disproportionate consideration compared to her investment. Despite the raid on Zunyuan and its predecessor Hongsheng Gaming Technology Incorporated, the DILG alleges that GUO retained financial interest in Borfo Land Development Incorporated, which was raided by the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission for alleged human trafficking and serious illegal detention in March. The DILG also accused Ocampo of processing permits for Zunyuan despite incomplete documents. Further, the DILG said SIGA failed to investigate the negligence of Sangguniang Bayan, local council, members and the Business Permit and Licensing Office. 4 more police officers and a civilian have been charged in connection with a robbery incident that occurred at the house of a retired professor in Imus, Cavite last year. The 5 brought to 12 the total number of respondents in the case that stemmed from a supposed anti-drug operation, according to the National Police Commission. Lawyer Owen De Luna, chief of the Napolicum Calabarzon, yesterday said that complainant Rebecca Coyle and the Napolicum filed additional criminal charges such as unlawful arrest, violation of domicile and planting of evidence against the respondents. The charges were filed before the Department of Justice on the 7th of May, De Luna told the Star over the phone. He said for the administrative aspect of the case, 4 officers filed appeals before the Regional Internal Affairs Service, while 7 were dismissed from the service. The DOJ ordered the policeman to appear before the preliminary investigation that would be conducted by Assistant State Prosecutor Mary Grace Pulido Sadian on the 7th of June. Records showed that in the 20th of August 23, the accused officers barged into the house of Coyle in Barangay Alapan and arrested her and another person on alleged drug charges. A viral footage of a closed-circuit television camera installed in the area showed the officers taking out items, including brand new motorcycle parts, from Coyle's house. At least 50 policemen assigned in Bamban, Tarlac were sacked from their posts, a move that is believed to be connected to the filing of charges and eventually the suspension of Mayor Alice Guo over allegations of link to the Philippine offshore gaming operator in the area. Interior and Local Government Secretary Benjamin Benarabalos, Jr. confirmed the relief of the 50 policemen assigned to the Bamban Municipal Police Station. Police Brigadier General Jose Hidalgo, Jr., Director of the Police Regional Office, presided over the turnover ceremony of the relieved cops and their replacements from the police mobile forces units in nearby areas on Monday morning. According to Hidalgo, all the relieved policemen will undergo values formation seminars, which is part of the internal cleansing program of the Philippine National Police. 4 police officers were arrested and charged for the alleged kidnapping of a Malaysian and 3 Chinese on the 2nd of June, according to Interior Secretary Benjamin Abalos Jr. Abalos on Wednesday said that Senior Master Sergeant Angelito David, Master Sergeant Ralph Tumangal, Staff Sergeant Ricky Tabora and Major Carlo Villanueva were charged with kidnapping for ransom, robbery and carnapping. 10 other civilians also reportedly involved with the kidnapping remain at large, the Department of the Interior and Local Government reported. Of the 4 victims, Abalos said that only 2 Chinese, identified as Meng Zhao, 29, and Yang Zuan, 30, were kidnapped early Sunday morning, while the 2 other foreigners, Shi Yizhuan, 32, and a 25-year-old Malaysian, Tang Hengfei, escaped. It happened early on the 2nd of June at around 12:20 in the morning. 4 foreigners were in a Lexus car, which was flagged down by PNP motorcycle cops on Taft Avenue in Pasay, Abalos said during a press briefing where he presented the suspects and victims. A white van was following these policemen on motorcycles, he added. Citing a police report, the DILG official said the 2 who escaped reported the incident to barangay officials nearby. To save their friends, ZHI and Tang paid a ransom worth 2.5 million pesos, resulting in Meng and Yang's release around 6 am on the 3rd of June. Upon receiving the information, National Capital Region Police Office Chief Brigadier General Melencio Nartates launched a search operation that led to the apprehension of the 4 suspects. The Southern Police District and Anti-Kidnapping Group operatives took part in the arrest. A barangay tanod was allegedly gunned down by a retired police major over irrigation water in Purok 4, Barangay Nabuan, this city, on Monday evening, the 3rd of June. Police Lieutenant Colonel Saturnino Soriano, Santiago City Police Station spokesperson, identified the victim as Sonny Julian, a resident of Purok 7, Nabuan, Santiago City. Soriano said the victim and 2 companions were on board in a tricycle when the suspect appeared and shot him with a caliber .38 revolver. Julian died on the spot from multiple bullet wounds. One of the victim's companions was wounded, the other was unscathed. The suspect fled after the incident. Soriano said that the shooting was related to a dispute over irrigation water for a rice field. He said that police are pursuing the suspect. A volunteer firefighter was arrested for rape in Port Area, Manila on Monday afternoon. Police officers served an arrest warrant on Angelo Tapia, 21, who resides in Basico Compound. Manila Regional Trial Court Branch 29 Judge Delight Salvador issued the warrant on the 29th of May. The Office of the Ombudsman has suspended 2 Negros Occidental provincial government officials for 6 months without pay due to conflict of interest when they engaged in private law practice in 2020. The Ombudsman found lawyers Ray Frando Diaz II and Cherry Shiel Valenzuela guilty of violating Section 7(b) 2 of Republic Act 6713 or the Code of Conduct and Ethical Standards for Public Officials and Employees. The complaint was filed by former attorney for Oxen Sumanting of the Provincial Legal Office on the 20th of June, 2022. It stemmed from the alleged failure of the respondents to provide legal assistance or representation to the municipality of Binalbagan relative to an expropriation case that the town filed with the Regional Trial Court in Himamaylan City and conflict of interest on the part of Diaz and Valenzuela, who appeared as counsels for JLL Agriculture and Development, one of the defendants in the case during their incumbencies as provincial administrator and executive assistant to, respectively. The Ombudsman, in a 20-page decision, stated that both admitted engaging in the private practice of their profession when they represented JLL, claiming that they were granted authority by Governor Eugenio Jose Lacson, but appearing as counsel for JLL undeniably came in conflicts with Diaz and Valenzuela's obligations as officials of the provincial government of Negros Occidental, according to the Ombudsman. Even if the trial court did not officially consider Valenzuela's appearance during the pre-trial conference on the 27th of January, 2020, the fact remains that she was still then counsel of JLL during the incumbency of her employment with the government, which is prohibited, it also said. Thus, substantial evidence exists that Diaz and Valenzuela committed violation of Section 7(b) 2 of RA 6713, the Ombudsman said. Section 7(b) 2, which refers to prohibited acts and transactions, states that public officials and employees during their incumbency shall not engage in the private practice of their profession unless authorized by the Constitution or law, provided that such practice will not conflict or tend to conflict with their official functions. The decision dated November 10, 2023 was penned by Graft Investigation and Prosecution Officer 3 Leilani Tagileo Marquez and approved by Ombudsman Samuel Martires on the 1st of April, 2024. That's all for this week. I'll see you next week with more stories of corruption and foolishness within the Philippine government.